Hey, this is Bedrest coach Darline Turner, owner and founder of Mamas on Bedrest and Beyond. And today, Video Wednesday, we're talking about perinatal mood disorders. Now, I think most of us are familiar with postpartum depression and postpartum psychoses. We've seen some of the big news on TV and in the newspapers. Recently, there was a woman who was shot at the Capitol for, kind of freaking out and going after folks, and she was diagnosed with postpartum depression. I mean, these are some really sad stories, and these are the bigger stories that we hear about. But I want to bring your attention to the fact that a lot of women suffer from perinatal mood disorders, from the more mundane baby blues all the way up to postpartum psychoses, like we heard about with Andrea Yates. Now, why do I want to talk about this? I think it's first and foremost, it's a very important topic, but for me, as a health and wellness professional and consultant, I look at it from the standpoint of when mom is not healthy, that baby will not be healthy. This is true if mom is depressed and not well before she has a baby, going through labor and delivery, as well in the postpartum. Beforehand, if mom is not healthy, if she's having perinatal mood disorders, or if she's depressed or sad or blue, she may not be eating well, she may not be sleeping well, she may be missing appointments, she may be thinking about harming herself, and what harms mama harms that baby. We need to be alert for the signs and symptoms of perinatal mood disorders, and those who love women who are pregnant and see any type of aberration in their behavior, you need to speak up. Don't just say to her, hey, you okay? Because most likely she's going to say, uh-huh. That doesn't solve anything. If you notice some serious aberrancies in her behavior, she's just not acting like herself. And sometimes it happens when you're pregnant because you don't always feel great. You're getting big, you can't move around. For mamas on bed rest, there may be some sadness around the fact that she's on bed rest. She may feel like she failed. But there are some subtleties that I really want you to know about. And that's why I want to bring your attention to Dr. Walker Kara. She is a PhD in transformational psychology with a focus on reproductive and perinatal health. She is a doula, and she really just knows her stuff. She's got a Facebook page, facebook.com/Walker Kara, WALKER KARRAA. And I think you should hop on over there, even if you just have questions, if you just want to know. And I really want to encourage people who love women who are pregnant and they're not sure, like, this might pertain to her. If you're not sure, go check it out. Another resource I want to bring your attention to is one of my favorite blogs by Miss Catherine Stone, Postpartum Progress. Catherine, I had the great pleasure to meet a couple of years ago at Blog Her, phenomenal woman and an award-winning blog. But what I really love about Catherine's blog and her webpage is that she has some very quick assessments right there on her webpage that you can take, like, 6 ways to know that you have postpartum depression. Bing, bing, bing. If you have 6 of those 6 attributes or characteristics, there's a pretty good chance you may have postpartum depression, or at least a perinatal mood disorder, such that you should be evaluated. I like to direct loved ones of mamas on bed rest and loved ones of pregnant women to these resources, because oftentimes you're the first one that's going to notice it. Sometimes mama doesn't even know. She feels down, but she's like living in her body, so she's like, You as her spouse, her partner, her sister, her mama, people who know her and know how she is on a general day-to-day may be going, wait a minute, she's usually happier about X, or she usually prefers Y, and she's not talking about it, she's not at all interested in it, etc. I want you to go to Postpartum Progress and look at these questionnaires and surveys that Catherine has, 6 characteristics of postpartum depression, what have you, and see if they fit your loved one. So that's 2. You've got Walker Kara, you've got Catherine Stone. Another third favorite of mine is Dr. Diane Sanford. She wrote a book about the real things that happen when you have a baby and how your life will never be the same. And boy, is she right. She is a psychologist and therapist in the Midwest, and has been really talking about postpartum and perinatal mood disorders. And we've featured her on our blog podcast. So if you want to hear from Dr. Diane Sanford, go to www.mamasonbedrest.com and check out our podcast, because Dr. Diane has been with us several times and another awesome resource. She also has a website, drdianesanford.com, and she is a women's health psychologist. So she's got a breadth of information, not only about antepartum, intrapartum, postpartum, but general women's health and how a woman's health can be affected by her moods and her emotions. So another great resource. Finally, the final resource I want to bring to your attention is Postpartum Support International. Now, they pretty much just do postpartum disorders, but great information. They are phenomenal, and of course they are international, so there's probably a chapter near you. You can call them on the phone, you can go to their website, you can have someone contact you, you can email them. But again, Postpartum Support International. Let me see if I have that web page here. Hold on. Let's see. What is the URL for that? Give me 1 sec and I will tell you. It is www.postpartum.net. So you can go to Postpartum Support International, www.postpartum.net, and get amazing amounts of information about postpartum depression. Again, Walker Kara has a website, but I recommend her Facebook page because she's interactive, talking with folks and giving information. And Catherine Stone's website, Postpartum Progress. It's actually not a website, it's a blog, but blog, website, whatever you want to call it, postpartumprogress.com. And Dr. Diane Sanford. And Dr. Sanford wrote a book, I want to get it right, Life Will Never Be the Same, The Real Mom's Postpartum Survival Guide. And in it, she's not just addressing postpartum depression, but she's just talking about all of the changes that go on when a woman gives birth, how it changes her relationship with her partner, how it changes her relationships with like her mother and other women, and her relationship to herself, and how is she going to change going forward raising this baby. Phenomenal book. Got a chance to check it out before. I highly recommend it. So these are some of the resources that I wanted to bring to your attention, because I've been hearing so much in the news, especially with the woman who was killed at the U.S. Capitol, I should say, in case somebody's watching from somewhere else, who was later found to have postpartum depression. Many of us know about the very tragic case of Andrea Yates, who was psychotic and hearing voices. They told her to kill her children. She drowned all 5 of her children. You know, these are extreme cases. These are the cases that make the news. But nonetheless, they were cases that were missed, and these tragedies happen. And I don't want that happening to any mama on bed rest or any other mama. So please, if you yourself feel like you're not quite yourself, or if you are someone who loves either a mama on bed rest or just a pregnant woman who you're concerned about, please check out these resources. Finally, if you just don't know where to turn, if you're not sure, email me, info@mamasonbedrest.com, and I will help you get to the resources that you need. This is too important to the health of both the mama and the baby to let go by. There is no shame. There's no need to be embarrassed, afraid, what have you. Please reach out. That's all I have for today. Great resources. I know the topic isn't perky, but it's important. And I really love these ladies that I've mentioned to you. They are all top notch. I cannot recommend them enough. I say please reach out, get your resources, and don't forget Postpartum Support International. It is huge. It is wonderful. It's there for you. And I am here for you. And if you know of any other resources that I've missed, please share them with me on this blog or at info@mamasonbedrest.com. Please, we have to get this information out. We cannot let mamas suffer, and we need to stop what happened at the U.S. Capitol from ever happening again. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Darline Turner, Bedrest coach, owner, and founder of Mamas on Bedrest and Beyond. Have a great day.